Martin Scorsese used to be a high priest of the LA group, but 6 years ago he was replaced by Jim Carrey. And, I was just so shocked when I heard that Jim Carrey was involved with the whole thing. I guess the real Jim Carrey was in Living Color, and somewhere after leaving Living Color, joined the Satanism sect of Hollywood, got demons to help him become a better actor and more funny. And so now when you see him acting out his comedian roles, you're seeing the demons that he has work through him. Jim Carrey's daughter was joining American Idol show. I didn't even know he had a daughter. And she wasn't that fantastic of a singer, I guess, but you know what? When the whole season starts with American Idol, like, they're gonna say no. Okay, everybody knows who Jim Carrey is. He's the high priest of LA. His daughter wants on American Idol. She's getting on American Idol. I would have died laughing if one of them had said no. That would have shown kahuna. So, wasn't shocked to find out the number 2 guy behind Jim Carrey in Hollywood. It was Robert Shapiro. O.J. Simpson, one of his top attorneys. He's the number 2 guy in Hollywood. And also that Al Gore spent a lot of time with the satanic groups in Hollywood because he wants attention. He wants media attention. Whenever he comes out with something stupid like global warming or something totally false and made up and imaginable, he'll get all the media attention he wants for it because he rubs shoulders and eats poop with all these people in Hollywood. But yeah, what the group does he go to? Chicago or Texas or D.C.? And I was told he goes out to L.A. I was shocked. So, there's big groups everywhere. The Satanists have groups in every city. If you're in New York, you're going to answer to George Soros. He's the high priest in New York.
Who's the puppet master? George Soros.
So George, Glenn Beck has been on this kick that you are actually the mastermind who is trying to bring down the American government.
Of the satanic cult bearer. George Soros has replaced David Rockefeller because David Rockefeller is getting too ill. So now you have George Soros, who's the high priest of New York City. If you go to Chicago, you're going to answer to Penny Pritzker. If you go to San Francisco, you're going to answer to Nancy Pelosi. If you go to Texas, you're going to answer to John Paul DeJoura. And so, in LA, it's Jim Carrey. When you're in a group, you have someone you answer to. John Paul DeJoura in Texas, everybody will know who he is when I mention this. He's the one behind Paul Mitchell Hair Products. He was a business partner with, I don't know if it was Paul Mitchell director that him and his business partner created Paul Mitchell Products. But he killed his partner when he realized how wealthy he could get over these products. And so, he's behind all the Paul Mitchell hair salon products. He's also behind the Patron Ultra Tequila, some kind of tequila alcohol that's out. And so he's made billions off of hair products and tequila. And he is the high priestess of Texas. What's interesting about Texas is that Joel Osteen was just nominated, I guess promoted to be the spirit counselor for the Houston area. And I told you all these religious people are Satanist folks, and it's Paul White and Joel Osteen both are spirit counselors for their area groups. And they're the ones that are in charge of recruiting and keeping tabs on people inside the group. They help run the group's day-to-day operations. They talk to spirits about what people inside the group are doing. If you're in a satanic group or brotherhood or whatever, they keep tabs on you 24/7. There are demons who watch you. And if you're not doing something that would please Satan, they report you to people that are in your occultic group. And so, Joel Osteen would be the one that these demons go to and say, hey, this woman over here, she's not doing enough dirty, evil deeds. And then Joel could report that to the high priest or priestess. That woman would be in trouble. I mean, you're not free in these things. You're very tightly controlled and watched. And like I said, everybody has a ministry. So this is Joel Osteen's ministry for Satan, being a spirit counselor within the occultic group. And remember, they don't call demons from spirits, or demons. They call them friendly spirits. No surprise. And no one knows how to use demons more than Joel Osteen does. Kenneth Copeland, all of them involved, they all just basically sit back and watch because they've already been through the ranks, already at the top, and they move over to give other people access to positions. And you don't get much worse when you're already so far up at the top that you hear from Satan direct himself. I mean, because I was asking, well, why aren't Bill Clinton or George Bush or Hillary Clinton or Dick Cheney, why aren't these people priestesses, high priestesses? Because they already hear from Satan direct. He already speaks to them directly. They don't have to be a high priest or high priestess. He speaks to them directly and tells them what to do. They take their orders directly from Satan. If you're in an occultic group, you take your orders from the high priest or high priestess. And he doesn't think you've sacrificed enough. There was a conversation where Jim Carrey told John Travolta he didn't have enough sacrifice. So he told him he had to sacrifice his son or his wife. And made John Travolta choose between his son or his wife. One of them was going to be sacrificed. So what did we hear about 2 and 3 years ago? We heard about how his son fell in the bathroom on vacation in Dhaka. Yeah, that was John's decision. That was the sacrifice for John Kerry and Jim Carrey and Satan. Because you can only kill animals for so long, folks.
And we have breaking news now. The son of former New Jersey Governor John Corzine has died. Jeffrey Corzine, seen here with his sister back in 2007, was 31 years old. At this point, the Corzine family is not saying where or when or how he died. Jeffrey Corzine was the youngest of the Corzine's 3 children.
And then they want a human sacrifice. They want you to sacrifice someone that you love.
Well, it is official. I can confirm, I should say, that Phil Jackson will be heading to the New York Knicks. Now, we don't know in what capacity yet in terms of an official title, but I guess the deal has been concluded. He will be joining the New York Knicks, and that is good news if you're a Knicks fan. And you talk about creating instant credibility for an organization that has been striving for years.
It's just a 4-4 beat. And if you've got that ball in your hands longer than 2 seconds, you're holding up your team. Our belief is that this offense begins immediately when you get the basketball in your hands. Everybody has a programmed route that they can run, and anybody can take that person's place. And as they go up the court, they fill out the court in a certain manner that allows this offense to format itself and then to attack.
Responsible for 9 of the last 15 NBA championships, Phil Jackson and the Triangle Offense has quickly become the words of legend in basketball history. With the help of its author, Tex Winter, the Triangle Offense has returned to the Lakers this season with a main character who brings back memories of Jackson's past. The NBA's all-time winningest coach has had a season of new challenges, but all the while teaching the same old tricks.
Here are the basics. The initial ball handler, player A, can pass to player D while cutting to the right corner. Or, if the defense blocks that lane, pass to player E while cutting to the left corner. Then, B sets a screen for D so he can swing around to the low post while E passes to C. The result is a triangle of players. From here, the ball can move to the corner, the post, or can be swung around the arc to create a new triangle. Our question is, when the triangle offense works, why is it so successful? First, movement. The triangle relies on constant movement of not just the ball, but the players without the ball. A 30-mile-an-hour pass travels 15 feet in about a third of a second, 3 times faster than a player on the run. Second, space. Ideally, players are spread 15 to 20 feet apart. This keeps passing lanes and cutting lanes open, and any double teaming means that a defender moves at least 15 feet away from his assignment. This benefits the shooter because when a player is playing tight D within 3 feet of the offensive player, the expected shooting percentage decreases by approximately 12 percentage points. Finally, versatility. Ideally in the triangle offense, any player can pass or shoot at any time. So consider the mathematical possibilities. The maximum flight time of a long pass, 45 feet cross court at about 30 miles per hour, is roughly 1 second. The fastest a player can catch a pass and get a shot off is 22/100ths of a second, as recorded by Jason Capono in the sports science lab. Now, factoring in those variables, when all cylinders are firing in the triangle offense, in theory, over the course of 5 seconds, there are at least 340 different shot opportunities. There are 2 sides to most arguments about the success of the triangle. Is it the system or the players? On the one hand, Phil Jackson's system has won 11 of the last 20 NBA championships. On the other, his teams featured players like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. For ESPN Sports Science, I'm John Brains.
Too fast to the top now. Inside wings with a step midway. The postman, which is our forwards, going to send a back kick on our center. Hit it going to the basket on the back cut.
Everybody got that? Might seem like he's speaking Greek. Take a lot of literacy that way too. He tries to train the triangle has totally different terminology than any of the other offenses out there that are running in the NBA. And we try to get the guys to train to listen to and get used to that terminology.
You talk about still learning the system. Triangle has that reputation. How tough
being able to counter and knowing the right counter to make when someone goes to a spot that I wasn't ready for.
like comparatively in a vacuum compared to others?
So there's no comparison. It's very difficult. Very difficult. I told someone this morning, this is the most thinking I've had to do about playing on the offensive end. I kind of feel like a robot at sometimes because I really don't want to do something wrong. So a robot at sometimes because I really don't want to do something wrong. So.
Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Blood on the leaves.